Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for joining us tonight for our Leadership Summit.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
I'd like to introduce to you the President and CEO of Voyage Consulting, Darlene Blanco.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, everyone. Wow, I'm so excited to be here tonight. We have a lot of great activities ready for this evening. Without further ado, I want to introduce the Voyage Chief Operating Officer, Margarita Estrada, who has an amazing segment lined up for us tonight. Margarita Estrada, come on up. Teach us what you have in your pocket about leadership. Thank you.
Good evening to everybody. I am so excited to be here. Oh, and I love this applause. Let's begin with leadership from the inside, right? Because leadership begins internally. In order to be able to lead other people, you need to lead yourself. So let's look at the barriers to self-advocacy. First, fear of other people's opinion. How many of you are guilty of this? I know I am all the time. We're always looking for other people's opinion. And that's fine in certain circumstances. I wanted to teach you how to distinguish between opinions that should be internalized and opinions that should be kicked to the curb. That knowing is what will take you from here to there. That me is calling you to do something that you have never done before. Something different, something that will add value to your life. The more you pay attention to the creative me, you're in deep doo-doo. I hate to tell you.
That was absolutely fantastic, leaders. We got to give Margarita another hand. Yeah. So, without further ado, we're going to bring up Mario Lewis, Voyage's Chief Financial Officer, who's going to share his talk.
Thank you, everyone.
Yes,
Thank you,
thank
Darlene.
you.
Good evening, It is my pleasure to be here to talk to you about leadership. So I'm going to ask you, and thank you, Darlene, for the opportunity to speak today. I'm going to ask you an important question. What kind of leader are you? And what kind of leader do you want to become? So today, we're going to talk about how to connect so that you can lead and become a more powerful and more impactful leader. The best way to develop influence, especially as a leader, is to combine warmth and competence. I think many of you know Amy Cuddy. She was the one with the viral TED Talk that your body language shapes who you are. It's the second most viewed TED Talk in the world with over 70 million viewers. She's the one who made the power pose popular. Do these come to mind? Empathetic, thoughtful, considerate, trustworthy. These are the skills for the people you want to work with and you want to work for. These are people-oriented. These are the types of skills that I had to learn after I was given the opportunity to lead. What about moderate warmth? Even if there is high competence, the results can be mixed. What happens is that in the short term, people will go along with you. But in the long term, you won't earn their support. You won't get their full engagement. There's a new term that people use. You've heard the term quiet quit? This is when people quiet quit. Physically, they show up to work, but mentally, they're not there. So my key takeaways are for you are this. And I learned this much later in my career, unfortunately. Where as an individual contributor, I put competence first. And it really undermined my ability to learn to become a good leader. But I learned fast. I picked up eventually. Next, if you want to connect, you have to prioritize warmth as a leader. There's no way around it. Because leadership is a people game, so you have to prioritize warmth. That's where I talk about optimizing your words. Use kind words that build and empower your teams to support one another. Because I believe that as a leader, you set the precedent for how people treat each other within your organization. So my thought to you is that when I think about all the leaders who have shaped me into who I am, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
Thank you, Margarita.
I'd like to turn it over to Darlene.
Thank you. Oh, and there goes some Connect framework.
You always lead with the Connect framework.
Connect framework. Just so you know, it's for sale. So we have downloads available. We will be sharing our packets with you all. That's like a little snapshot of what some of the Connect framework has inside of it. But we just heard a little snippet from Mario about all these amazing things that we're going to use to better engage with our teams in our leadership practices, the things that we need to integrate and infuse, because if we're leading teams, we want to be doing what? Leading winning teams. I don't know about any of you, but I know I don't want to be on the losing team. But before you can lead a winning team, you have to build a winning team, or help cultivate a winning team, or help the losing team get on the right track. So lots of different scenarios, all within our leadership practice. So while we're identifying and honing in on our authentic selves, we want to make sure that that's exactly what we're projecting out. We're going to be connecting with people. We're going to be helping them get on the right footing, get on this fast train of like, let's do this. I want to connect and not use slides tonight. I'm not being lazy. I swear I have the whole The framework is available for download and purchase. So why are these things important? As a leader of winning teams, you know what I see on winning teams? I see trust. I see collaboration, and I see the ability for all the things of a winning team to function in a conflict environment. I see innovation happening. I see people feeding off of each other. I see all this innovation happening in the space. How is it happening? It's happening because trust and collaboration are working in partnership, and with leadership support, that is how trust and collaboration happens. Things that we get into when we're thinking leading, but when we're thinking leading teams, I also want to highlight conflict resolution, recruiting, and a development plan. These are the three key things. Now, my framework for leading winning teams encompasses about 12 different things. But if I was to take away the three key things that I can only focus on, those would be them. Conflict resolution, number one. Why? Because people in the office all have ideas. And when you're leading a winning team, you want everyone's ideas to come together. You don't want people to mute each other out, to talk over each other, to be disrespectful. What you want is for everyone to agree to disagree and to share differences of opinion. And then for the leader to have that voice that says, okay, well, we're having to make a decision. Everybody puts it aside and we're moving forward, and everybody supports. Everybody comes together. We shelf the bad idea or the idea that will come back later on when that other idea doesn't work. So I see that happen too, so you can laugh and be like, okay, you're getting it now, but you know what? This is what leading winning teams is about. You want to be able to give your folks the ability to feel comfortable and confident so they can sit around a table and they can kick ideas around, and not all the ideas are going to work. Some of them are going to be quirky, some of them are going to be a plug and play. But why is that important? We want to make sure that that's the environment that we're cultivating, because if people don't respect each other enough, then everything is mundane, everything is the same, and we cannot build what? We can't build a competitive advantage, we can't build resiliency, we can't build innovation, we can't do anything different, we can't think outside the box. Then new businesses are coming in, they're taking over, old businesses are going out. What's happening to our brick and mortars? Lots of different changes that are happening. How are we keeping up with these times? How are our teams able to focus on being able to build when we don't know what's coming next, and how do we continue to keep a competitive advantage, build resiliency, and continue to grow? Here at Voyage, each